friends, happy Friday. Welcome to the Life Portfolio Reviews. My name is Julia Masalska, I'm your host, and you can follow me at Julia Masalska on social media. We are going to be reviewing 5 amazing portfolios. One of them is actually just a case study that we're going to take a look at. So, are you all excited? Let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, and I'm meanwhile enjoying my magic juice. It's funny. All right, so let's get started. Let's jump right into it. Hi Malini, good to see you. So let's jump into my work screen and yay, Malini, let's hang out. Hanging out on this wonderful Friday morning in Colorado. All right, so we are going to take a look at this case study. I am not sure anymore who this was submitted by. Hopefully there will be a name showing up. But let's take a look at it and let's talk in general about case studies, how to create a case study, and what makes a good case study. I'm going to make this a little bit wider here to the sides. All right, my friends, so generally about this series of episodes of live streams, I am aiming to show you guys how to create your own portfolio, what kind of elements play into it, and how to make it, just look good. So, and of course, it's all about, how the way you kind of arrange the information, the way you arrange your images and descriptions and so on. So we are going to start with this case study, and we're going to take a look at how this person did it. Hi Pirate, good to see you. Let me know, guys, if you who submitted this case study are here on the stream. Let me know. I would love to know your name. Unfortunately I forgot who submitted this. And all right, so this brand is called Spice Trip with Paulami. I really love the way you kind of use different elements here in the background. The logo looks pretty interesting. What I see right away here is that there is a lot of white space around these words. So that kind of leaves to like a lot of white space, and it also the spacing between the letters here, the tracking is a little bit too large. So I would definitely kind of make it more compact, and I would think about a different arrangement of the logo. Maybe there is a different way to use all of these elements instead of putting it into like a logo badge. So this is my the first thing that I see, and the second thing is that all of these things in the background are kind of they're a little bit out of context, so like they're all by themselves. Maybe I will try to find some kind of arrangement how they can all play together and not, feel so lonely in the background here. So maybe for the first logo, for the initial logo, I would just leave the face, make it a little bit larger, but leave all the things around here out, just so it's a little bit more minimalistic. And also you have to think about how this logo will be used, right? So if it's gonna be used in a very small format, you won't be able to see what exactly those little things are, because the image will be just so little, and there you need to concentrate on your symbol, which is this face, and then you need to concentrate on your text being legible, which is which definitely is the priority here. All right, so let's start from the beginning, and we have I see already though that it has something that has to do with spices because it says Spice Trip. Okay, so now we're scrolling down. I love the transition, the way you use this image, which kind of gives a good transition into this and does not have any abrupt beginning. So that's you did a really good job here. Let's take a look at what it's all about. Spice Trip with Paulami started as a blog in 2018 where Paulami could share her love for food cooked with exotic South Asian spices. She can literally cook up a storm in the kitchen using fresh local and organic produce. Not only that, Paulami also conducts workshops for vegans and others to relish the experience of cooking and eating together. First of all, I would like to compliment you on the typeface you picked here. It looks very friendly. It works really well with with this theme of spices and stuff, and of this person being very personable and showing their personal space when they're cooking, being in their kitchen and so on. So I think it works pretty well together. the only thing I would change here is I would make this text here a little bit larger. So I would increase the size here, and that would be, yeah. Oh yeah, Malini, that's your case study. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I forgot, unfortunately. I always save the links of the people, but you know, sometimes when there's no name, if it's your case study, you definitely should add your name to it, because let's say you send it to a client and they send it to someone else, the people will see your name and they will, you know, maybe look you up or maybe hire you as well. So I definitely put you know, put your name on it. Okay, so here the first thing is I would increase the size of this typeface just a little bit, and here the spacing between the lines is just a little bit too large. I would maybe squeeze just a little bit more together, closer together. Otherwise, this image is awesome. The resolution is good. Let's jump into the next chapter. What is here? The goal. When we got in touch, Palami was already running a successful food business. So here, there is a lot of white space. This is where you could actually use those elements from the logo. And as I see here in the logo, they're a little bit pixelated, so I'll make sure that the resolution is good here of the little elements, and I would arrange those here where you have a lot of white space. I would maybe like arrange them around here to fill up the space and to make it look a little bit more interesting. Otherwise, this looks pretty good. Here I see there is also a lot of white space in this part of the text, so maybe you can just you know, keep it continuous and do not break the text here, because I think it's a pretty short text anyway. It only consists of what, 2 sentences, so you can definitely keep those together, and so it builds a really nice, you know, text block here. Again, here the goal, I would select a larger typeface, and the line spacing here again just a tiny bit together, not a lot, but just tiny bit. Okay, mood board. Again, I see that you have a lot of white background here. So maybe what you can do is create some kind of contrast between the different slides, right? So that when the person kind of goes through it, it keeps it interesting and it keeps it exciting. And it's not only black on white, but maybe white on color, so that, you know, it's interesting to look through. Again, here the same thing with the text formatting. The images are pretty okay. So this is the project mood board. Okay, this is okay. I see the colors. You have the typeface here. You have the spices. For a mood board, what I like to do is I like pulling in mood images. So let's say not just her, the way she's cooking, but maybe some other people, the way they show their cooking channel, so that's actually where you can take the inspiration from. So but I mean, this works as well if you just want to use the elements that you already have here. And again, so here you have those black frames right around the pictures. What I would like to see here is a background, maybe in this color, or maybe like a color like this, like a little off darker yellow, and then you can use these images with white background and it will look pretty good, so that you won't even need those black outlines anymore. That will look really cool. If you leave the white background around here, keep this all basically as a whole, and just create a background color here. That will be interesting to see, just like you did here, something similar to this. All right, early explorations. I love the way you show the sketches of your logo. I would wish a little bit more you know, a little bit better images, because here you can see the top is a little bit over, there's a lot of light there, and the bottom is kind of almost turning gray and blue. So I would definitely kind of turn the opacity down and increase the contrast, so that the focus is actually on the logo. And I love the way, by the way, you put the spices behind her head. It's not it's actually exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about the logo. It would be cool to see them kind of playing together in the context, you know, instead of being spotty by themselves. So that would be something really, really cool, just the way you sketched it. Cool, awesome. I like the color that you use in the background here. Hand-drawn elements to bring about the feel of an organic, homely, and modern food brand. Yeah, I love your elements. Just what I could recommend you here is to keep it consistent. So here you have a certain outline, right? It has a certain weight, it has a certain color. Here you're using the same kind of outline, but here you're using a different color outline, so it makes it inconsistent. And here again, you're using a different color outline, and here you're using an outline partially, but not on the stem part, and here you're using the outline only on the top. So make sure to keep your illustrations consistent. I would recommend you, instead of applying this black outline everywhere, I would apply this type of outline that kind of fits to the color of the spice itself. So here I would take a dark green outline, kind of looking like this, and here I would use dark red and dark green, so you get away from this black outline. I don't think it will work here in this context. Here as well, I would make it just a little bit lighter green, darker green, and use it all over this, what is it, I don't know what kind of spice it is, but just use the same kind of style everywhere. And here we can see the outline is way thicker than here, so make sure that the thicknesses are all the same. And here as well, sometimes when you scale things, when you scale an outline, it looks bigger. I can show you guys in a second how you can avoid it. Actually, let me just jump into Illustrator. I'm going to show that to you guys real quick. Let me quickly create just a little file. So this is, by the way, what I do when I create a case study. I create 10 artboards and I just put them underneath each other, and I just plan them out the way the person would view them, right? So I go ahead and pretend that this is actually already my Behance portfolio, but they're still single images. So in case someone is zooming in and clicking to the side, they will see the single images still, but when you're scrolling down, they will kind of feel like they belong together. So with the outline, so let's say we have a square, right? And we have this this outline. We have this outline, right? So let's say, or actually let's make something a little bit more, let's make a leaf, something similar to what you did, right? So like kind of like a leaf, and we have, let's say we have this like dark green outline, okay, and the filling will be just a lighter green color, like so. All right, so now if I copy paste this and scale it down, you will see that in comparison to this outline will look thicker, right? So what you want to do is to keep illustrations consistent, you want to outline the outline. So you go onto Object, Path, Outline, Stroke. This is what you do. And now when you scale it down, the proportions will stay the same. This is how you keep illustrations consistent, and so that scaling does not influence the line thickness. All right, so again, yeah, illustrations need to be consistent, and let's go continue. Okay, exotic spices. Yeah, circle represents globe, exotic spices, spice strip. Here I would not remove elements from the logo. I would make them appear less saturated. So I would decrease the opacity in those objects that you don't want to point out, right? So that it doesn't seem like this is a standalone logo and this is a standalone logo, because visually it has to be understandable for me already before I even read the text. I know you are kind of trying to identify here what you're talking about, but really the visuals have to speak for themselves. So here I would decrease the opacity of the spices and of the face to show that you are pointing out the circle. Here I would make the spices full saturation, and the rest I would decrease the opacity of the face and of the circle to show that you're talking about the spices, right? And here I would do the opposite. So I think you get my point across. Hey Brandon, good to see you. Hi Jatermia, good to see you guys. Felipe and Skanders are here. Good to see you guys. Yeah, it's so cool to hang out, with you on this Friday morning, drinking my magic juice. Yeah, so we're going through Malini's case study called Spice Trip with Palami, and we're talking about how to kind of visualize a logo and the single elements of the logo. And I'm just saying that I don't think it's a good idea to remove elements from the logo. I would just make them more transparent, like decrease the opacity or make them less visible to point out certain things. All right, next chapter here, Spice Trip with Palami. Okay, this is cool. I think the arrangement of the logo could be a little bit better. I would arrange it probably here on the right corner. Or I would arrange it here on the right side somewhere and just pick an image where there is a little bit more space here. I would not arrange it too close to a face. I know you wanted to put it into the center of the image. Out here instead, I would maybe use an image where you only see food and then put a little overlay over the image and then place the logo on top. All right. Also, this image seems to be really large to me. So when somebody's scrolling down and looking at this case study, they will not be able to see the whole image, right? So they will not be able to see the food together with the face. They will be able to see either the face or the food. So make sure that you are using the size that anybody can open in their Hi Emma, good to see you. Thanks everyone for joining. Cool. Yeah, so I will make sure that the image fits into the screen when scrolling through. This is really important. All right, and then again we have another image. I like the way you kind of applied the logo here for mock-up purposes. I just think that this image maybe is not the best suitable because this image does not really highlight the apron of this guy. It's more like the focus is more on this side of the image. So I'll maybe see if you can find alternatives and to showcase the logo a little bit better, because here I feel like maybe like a folded apron or something like that. There's probably a lot of mock-ups for that. All right, cool. Also, I'm thinking about the image, about the context. What exactly is the context here? Why is there a man cooking suddenly? Why is it not her wearing the apron? Maybe you can find an image of a lady where you don't really see the head, maybe like just a body of a lady who is wearing an apron, and make that a mock-up. So it kind of has this context. All right, I think the outlines of these colors, you can totally drop them. I think they're not doing any good here. Quicks and bold. Yeah, it's a very simple showcase of colors, typeface. I think you did a good job here. A very simple Spice Trip with Palami. Yeah, this is cool. And I can also imagine this being a GIF. So you can make a GIF out of all of these colors and put it here in the center, or just take two squares and make them change color all the time so that you can see kind of how the logo will work. Maybe this can be black on color and this can be white on color, and then they will both be like changing colors. You can look up on Google how to create a GIF in Photoshop. I think that will really make it more interesting to look at, and especially if you want to put it inside Behance. Also, I would avoid transitions like this one. So here you have this cutout and it looks like the image goes all the way around the corner, which I would avoid. So I would definitely try to put this white background next to something that has a different color, like this image. So this image could go up to these corners that are up here. So that could be a solution how you can kind of avoid this image go over here. All right, cool. I think these mock-ups turned out really nice. They look really, really good. I would love to know if you made them yourself or if you took an image, because you can totally make those yourself. You can take two cards, different colors, take a picture of that and then put it into Photoshop and place the graphics on top. So you don't even have to really print it. It seems that the typefaces are a little small here, and there's the tracking between the letters, so the distance between the letters is a little large. So I would definitely make sure that it's well legible and not only good looking, because it does look really, really good the way you kind of arrange this, but it needs to be functional too. So, but I think you did a great job. I love this logo where it's super minimalistic without all the little elements that are, you know, pretty difficult to see anyway. I would maybe use these elements as brand graphic elements to place them into images. Oh, I have a great example for that, by the way. Lina and I have been working on a project recently. Actually, let me not close this one. Let me open another Behance so I can show you. How are you all doing on this amazing Friday? Brandon is saying yes, I made a magic juice. Yes, by Friday I do need my magic juice in the morning. Otherwise, I still need to perform. So I do need my magic juice or my coffee, but I didn't have time for coffee today. So Malini, look at this. Check this out. So we have this as a logo, right? It's a very similar brand, by the way. It has to do with cooking, and with this lady who had a cooking has a cooking class, or she basically publishes recipes. So we have this as a logo, right? But we do have a lot of graphical elements that we kind of use for the branding. And here we also have these elements. And this is how you can kind of use them, right? So you use the logo by itself, but then you place those elements, in your case the spices, somewhere around it to kind of create this you know, feeling of transition, or things belong together. Just make this, you know, spicing up in your case, you know, backgrounds that feel a little empty somewhere, so just to, you know, fill the space. Just like here, so here there will be a lot of white space. Now we kind of filled it up with different fruits and veggies. In your case, you can do the same thing. And by the way, for inspiration, take a look at this case study. It's actually a pretty good case study. My friend Lina, you know, did the most part on it, honestly, because it was kind of her concept and her idea, so she did a lot of things here. And I love also the way she did the colors. That she did not just take circles, but she created those blobby shapes, and that can look really, really interesting once you kind of put it into a presentation. So consider that as well. Jatirmi is saying, I remember this project. It was amazing to see you and Lina work on it. Yeah, it was super fun. Lina is a really, really amazing designer also. Brandon is saying, I'm good, currently trying to get my lighting right. Oh yeah, that's always a thing. I always go like click, 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 and all my lights are on. I have like 4 lights shining on me right now. Yeah, but yeah, it's the life of a live streamer. The life of a live streamer. Let me make myself just a little bit smaller so you guys can actually concentrate on the work. All right. Cool. I think you did a great job here. Also, you know, using the exact thing that I was just mentioning, those spices as graphic elements in the background. So I think you did a great job here. It looks really, really cute. And this looks really nice as well. Honestly, I prefer the logo being just white instead of having all these colors. Yeah, so I'd rather completely take away the spices, or I would leave it like black and white, because I feel like I don't know, they're not doing too much good for the logo, because the logo has to be legible from afar, has to be legible in small sizes. So I think you get my point. All right, Felipe is saying, I like this brand, it was very good, thank you so much. Yeah, Lina did so many things for it, so I can't really take that much credit for it. Brandon saying, hi, yeah, you got that nice lighting. Yeah, I also recently ordered like 2 little panels. They're like little LED panels, and they have the whole RGB spectrum, so they're super, super cool also to use, you know, for colored lighting. lighting. Okay. All right. Yeah, so here you did a really good job. The only things that I can say is decrease the tracking here and maybe increase the typeface just a little bit. Or what you can do is, to make it better legible in this size of typeface, is make it caps. Try make it caps. All right. Cool. Yeah, I like the way you show this. It could be a little smaller, you know, so it fits exactly into my screen, or maybe just a part of the iPad and kind of combined with the phone. How can this look on the iPad? How can this look on the phone? This seems like a long iPad. Interesting. So yeah, maybe like different mobile devices, and maybe even how, if you have created a website, how the website will look like. Okay, here I see you have used different colors of the logo to kind of fill in these saved story graphics. I would not use the same color as you use inside one of these elements here, because I think the logo that you have here is, oh, actually also what I notice is that your logo is always different. Here you don't have the eyes and the mouth, and here you do, which is like, you need to make a decision here, Malini. You need to make a decision. Either you do have the face, you know, minimalistic without the eyes and the mouth, or you do use it. You need to make a decision. Also, using spices or not, gotta make a decision with that as well, because I believe here, if you look at these icons without the spices, anyway, so we don't want to stick too much around here. I think you get my point across. All right, spice strip. This is a good mock-up. I think it works well with your branding. Lorem ipsum. Why? No lorem ipsum. I always say do not use lorem ipsum. Just type up a text, even if it's not the final, but type up a text and just use a certain quote from somebody else around food, maybe. Don't use lorem ipsum in your presentations. Okay, but I think the branding itself is pretty good. It's just that you need to work on the visualization, right? And you need to make certain decisions. Do you leave the eyes and the mouth? Do you leave the spices? You know, how are you going to use the logo? What kind of colors are you going to be using for the profile pictures, and what kind of colors are you going to be using for the iconography? So hopefully this was helpful for you. Oh, and also one thing that I have noticed is you have a little line here on the side. I don't know where it comes from. It might come from some image that you might have put in or something. But yes, there is a line. I would make sure that it's not there. All right, thank you so much, Malini. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. Felipe is saying the spoon symbol matched the letter very well. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Brandon, I just moved my whole studio around, so I gotta redo it. Yes, that happens. I remember you did that corner piece of green screen, which I thought was really cool. All right, next up we have Marvin Languere. Okay, so we are going to take a look at Marvin's oh, this is cool. I love this. At Marvin's portfolio, and we're going to see, I see already a lot of illustration. I love it. Actually, you know, I'm loving these types of illustrations. But let's take a closer look. And we have illustration, we have design. Okay, so there is more editorial design happening. Okay, cool, interesting. And okay, we have work. Work probably is all of it, right? Okay, and profile. My work focuses on creating visual solutions, vibrant designs, logos, and complex illustrations. So the first thing that I noticed in the background, those squiggly lines, I really think they're good. They're a good addition to your site. It makes it a little bit more interesting, you know. My work focuses, email me. Okay, Adobe Words, you did. This is cool. You have some feature projects. That's awesome. And I'm a New York-based illustrator and graphic designer who creates detailed designs. I started illustrating at a young age and later pursued to study graphic design. I'm currently in my junior year at Mercy College getting my BFA in graphic design. I have a love for art, technology, music, nature. When I'm not on my desk working, I like to play games, read, and listen to music. Very nice. No, I think it's a good intro. It's a good size. It's not too long. Okay. Download resume. I would maybe put it at the bottom here somewhere because I don't think, first of all, I didn't even notice it because it's so tiny. Maybe make it a little bit bigger and place it here at the bottom. Also, this dash line seems to be really, really thick. Like it's probably the thickest thing that I see on this page except for this button. But yeah, I'll make this one a little thinner. You have a good hierarchy though. I like that you have your little short intro in large typeface size, and then a smaller, intro continued intro in a smaller typeface size. So I think you did a great job here. Maybe I'm using a contact form. You can also just use email me. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it works. Sometimes the links don't work. Oops, I don't want to write you an email just yet. Maybe someday. Okay, let's take a look at your design projects and let's take a look what you have here. Designer spread. Okay. Spread design. David Carson. Brief background. For this project, I was assigned to create 3-page spread about a graphic designer. For this project, I chose David Carson. So make sure that your grammar is correct. The I needs to be cap. David Carson is a well-known designer for his experimental typography and innovative magazine design. Okay, cool. I like this. These mock-ups seem to be a little too clean for me, so I think you could add a little bit of texture here, because right now it does not look very realistic just for that exact reason. Or you can just put a little noise layer on top of this whole image. That will give it a little bit more texture and it will look like real paper. Okay. Otherwise, if you have made these mock-ups, you did a really good job. The only thing that I'm really missing is just like a tiny bit of like paper texture and maybe the background having some texture. But you did a good job here. I think it's a great project. Okay, so you have designed this spread, I'm assuming. Oh, okay, so you have designed all of these pages. Okay, so my thought is here in terms of your project that these pages, they have some elements that are similar. So these letters that are kind of arranged in an interesting way, those things are similar. The only thing that I'm missing is like using, okay, actually you did use orange and then yellow. So something makes me feel like they don't belong together, because this one is more like black and white, which I really love, by the way. I think the graphics here look really, really cool, looks really interesting. I would definitely try and like read it and want to see what is happening. Here you're using like those really friendly colors which kind of contradict the first page. So I'll make sure that everything's cohesive, that you're using the same kind of typefaces for the headers, and here you're using white on the orange, and here you're using orange on yellow, which I guess it will work. It's just here I'm missing the color just a little bit. But you did a great job here. Let's jump to the next design project. Vision. Logo design. Okay. All right, I care logo idea. These logos are a collection of personal logo designs. Philippe is asking, lorem ipsum cannot be used in mockup. Yeah, I would not recommend using lorem ipsum just because the mockup might as well be real, It might as well be a real product. So why not just use example text? Somebody might think that it's a real thing, so why not let them think? Lorem ipsum kind of destroys the whole illusion that it could be a real product. So why would you do that? It's like writing down, I just started learning design, instead of I am a graphic designer. right? So it makes a difference. Because when somebody looks at your project, the illusion is there that a mock-up is actually there to create this illusion that a product is already real, and it's already a real, it's already standing on a shelf and it's already laying on the table. That's what a mock-up is for. So if you're destroying this illusion, you're disappointing the viewer. I'm always disappointed to see lorem ipsum. Great disappointment. No, it's really not that bad, but I would say it's my personal preference, and I would recommend it to you because it does make sense. I thought about it. All right, we have some new people joining. Let me know in the chat where you guys are from. I would love to know. Cool. All right, Lotus. So those are all single logo designs. Healthy brand logo. When I'm taking, oh, by the way, so this image kind of sticks out of this pattern here. So they're all kind of aligned here to the left and to the right side, and this one is a little bit, like smaller. I would make them all same size, same style, maybe even just black and white, white and black. I always want to know more about the brand. So if you can, I would add a little description here about what this logo is about, who is this designed for, even if it's a made-up client, even if it's just for you an experiment and you're like, oh, let me design this logo for an eye care company. Make it up. Eye care company called this and this. And by the way, I'm thinking, so is this eye care company called Vision? That would be interesting to know. So you could write here, eye care company called Vision, a logo made of this and this component to show this and this, and the challenge was to attract this and this audience. So kind of have a little bit more background in your design process, because this is what you base your design decisions off. You are not just making, oh, let me do this, okay, yeah, this looks cool, oh, okay, this looks cool. When you have a real client to design a logo for, you need to tell them why you did certain things, right? And also, one thing that I noticed here, so if we zoom out far away, we won't be able to read Vision. So I would make this Vision way larger. If it's the name of the brand, I would make it way larger. It needs to be legible. Otherwise, I think it does look cool. I can imagine this as an icon. So let's say you are at the doctor's office and there's vision, hearing, I don't know, whatever senses we have, seeing, sight, or whatever it's called. Anyway, so that could be a really cool icon. I could imagine that as an icon, but right now not as a logo because this text is pretty tiny. I don't have no background, and so yeah, the lotus, yeah, okay, hotel logo. So yeah, again, I'm missing the information here. I would do that for all of them just to have a little bit of context. Healthy brand logo. I'm not sure why exactly you're just be a little bit more creative with the names. Just make up a healthy brand name, right? Just don't call it Leaf. It's a little bit, it feels like you're like, meh, don't really care about it. You need to care about your designs, and your clients, your future clients will see that you care because you did the extra step and thought about it and thought about giving a good example and adapting it to the real world. If I create a logo like this, why not put it on the mock-up? Why not create a packaging out of this? So let's say you're creating a healthy brand, you already created this logo, so it's already there. Why not apply it and show some examples how it can be used, some color combinations that it can be used with. So it can be a whole case study that you make just of this little design element that you've created. Just name the company something and then put it into this element that you have created so nicely. It will work so well. And not sure why you're not going into depth here. Birdbot, okay. This one does not even show what it's for. I'm thinking maybe like a tech company. Here I would not recommend you using italic typeface, just because these lines kind of go up and they're more like 90-degree except for these curves. So I would recommend you use regular typeface. Okay, I love these colors here, and I think this could be such a cool case study. Like, I would love to see this logo on a menu. Just create a menu for a bar. The bar. It can even be called the bar. That's fine. Although you could get a little bit more creative with the bar name, but this is, I think this is actually a pretty cool logo, and you can create so much more out of this. You can create like a, I don't know, like a t-shirt mock-up. You can create a menu mock-up. You can show that you can do all those things, right? Why not? Because, you know, when clients hire you, they might not only hire you for the logo, they might hire you for a million other things. So why not show that you can do those as well? Okay, logo collection. The Gordon Center for Black Culture and Arts. Yeah, see? So here you're kind of showing a case study for this logo. I would love to see that for the bar logo specifically, because I really, really think it's a good, you did a good job there. Cool. Yeah, I think you did a good job here. The Gordon Center for Black Culture and Arts. I'm thinking here the hierarchy is a little lacking, because the main name here will be the Garden Center, right? The Gordon Center should be like super large, and then underneath I would write for Black Culture and Arts, maybe, right? Or it could say Gordon and then underneath Center for Black Culture and Arts. So I would think about the hierarchy here, because right now I'm reading Gordon Center Black Culture Arts. Yeah, it's a very long name, so I would definitely divide it into what's most important here, what's less important. Okay, all right. I'm thinking about the color combinations here, because you're using this dark red, you're using black, and then you're using this gradient from green to yellow. I would maybe just make it a little bit more minimalistic and use, instead of this red, I would maybe use the same color that you use in the logo, just to keep it a little bit more consistent and keep a little bit less colors, make it, you know, a little bit more holistic and like it belongs together. Right now, this back side of the card does not really have anything to do with the front side, right? Even the way you write the Gordon Center is completely different. So I would also stay with the same typeface, with the same way that you kind of put this together here in the front, use it in the back as well. Cool. All right, I think, Marvin, hopefully this was some inputs. Let's take a quick look at your illustration, because we have 3 more portfolios to go. Yeah, okay. So I really love this illustration, Cherry Boy. I think it looks really cool. Represents one's virginity and the burning sensation of wanting a sexual experience while having no experience at all. Okay, I think this is really interesting. I think it looks really cool. It reminds me of like you know, those icons from the church, in a way, with, you know, with this long shoulder, with this long arm, and the hand kind of holding something, kind of like almost like a holy person. I don't know how to call that, but I think you did a really great job here, and I think illustration really is your focus, and you're super good at it. You know, from what I see here, illustration can really be your focus in your future career, because you're just extremely good at it. And here you even did a really great job kind of creating a layout for some information, so much better than what I saw from like logos and everything. So maybe you're just more passionate about this. There's so much detail in here, and it feels like you put so much love in here, instead of, if I compare it to the logo designs that you did, where I'm like, not sure if he really loves that, you know. But here I really feel that you're so into it, and you really love illustration. You really love using colors. You really love using different elements, put them together. So maybe that's your focus. Maybe you should just present this, right? Maybe you should just take away, because right now I feel like your portfolio is so strong on the illustration side, and it's so laggy on the design side, especially like looking at the logos. Um, in your case, I would totally put illustration like as the main thing, and then maybe put the design on the right side of it, because when I look through your portfolio, I tend to go from left to right, right? I'm going in an order that you put for me. You put an order for me. So even your starting page could just, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this should actually lead to your home page. Let's see if that's, I guess it should lead to work. Yeah, I would say concentrate on illustration because you're really, really freaking good at it. Power. Personal illustration. Yeah, this looks really amazing. This looks really amazing. I would put maybe like a layer of noise on top just to make it a little bit more interesting. Those shapes look so perfect. And yeah, maybe just a little noise layer on top, I would think. Oh yeah, here you did some, you know, work on top. This looks really great. No, I think you're really strong in illustration. It's your strength, definitely. Yeah, totally. Super cool. Keep on going, keep on doing more of those, and maybe you can even just concentrate on that in your future. Brandon is saying burning sensation. Yeah. All right, Myron, hopefully this was helpful to you. We're jumping into next portfolio, and it will be the portfolio of Javier Brancaccio. Hopefully, or Brancaccio. That's the only way I can read it. I think it's Italian last name, is it? Or Brancaccio, Argentina. I'm not sure how to say it. Help me, guys. Help me, please. All right, so let's take a look at Javier's projects. I like what you did here in the background, polychrome. I'm thinking this is also the name of your logo that you're using here. Does it have to do anything with it? Because if not, it wouldn't make sense. But right now I'm kind of trying to put it together. Just note my thinking, and this is probably how everybody is looking at it who is going through your portfolio. All right, sticking out to me is this project here. Then South Terra looks really, really good already, and then this wine project looks interesting. So if I would be a wine producer, this will be obviously the first thing I would look at. Here I'm kind of not sure what exactly this is, maybe like an outdoor brand. Okay, let's take a look at personal brand identity. May 2020. Emerta Enko. Finest coffee from Ethiopia. Why is it called personal brand identity though? Personal brand identity means that it's a brand identity for yourself as a designer. So I would not call it personal brand identity if it's not for you, which we'll see. Finest coffee from Ethiopia. I love the visualization here, this dark mood, and using this like golden looking color. Looks really cool. I think you're doing a really great job here, also putting the graphics together, making it a layout. Cool. Let's see, logo composition or logo reduction. So what I see, what kind of jumps into my eye first, here you have a lot of dark, one after the other. Here you have a lot of light, one after the other, right? I would mix them up. I would make one dark, one light, one dark, one light, one dark, one light, and so on. But make sure it kind of also works with the context. Here, this looks really great. I think this project is amazing. You deserve to be featured with this one, I think. It's very consistent also the way you kind of put the names of the you know what I mean. Cool. Love this mock-up, love the colors here. This also represents the color that you have in the branding here. By the way, this color representation here looks really, really good to me. Okay, Jima Mocha. Here I have a little problem with the distance between the D and the J. I feel like they're a little bit too far apart, so I would align the tracking here so it's the same as the distance between all the other letters. So I will do that. I love the way you're using color here. So maybe here, instead of using black and white, maybe you can use that color to kind of create color blocks here in between. Bam, like that. Yeah, super cool. No, I think the colors that you chose are really amazing. The logo looks really cool to me, and the mock-ups are awesome as well. Love the way you kind of adapted the whole color set to all these mock-ups. This looks really cool. Love the way you set a texture in the background and didn't just leave it in the color. Um, okay. This I feel like does not really fit into the whole other thing. See, this blue is a little bit more on the greenish side, and this blue is a very, very cold blue. So maybe in this image what you could do is just select the blues and make them just a little bit more green. I think that will help a lot with the consistency here. Okay, all right, I like that. I'm just thinking that all of these objects can be you know, go down in color just a little bit, just a little darker, because this whole environment is so dark and all of these elements kind of pop out so much. And also the croissant needs a little orange here because it looks very, very bland, and I'm not sure what exactly those little things are next to it, or butter or something like that. But I will make all these white objects just a tiny bit more darker, and the croissant more orange. Still, even though this is not, you know, a croissant mock-up or something, where you are concentrated on the croissant, but it still needs to look delicious. One thing I'm noticing here with the shadows is that the coffee beans have shadows that go kind of like up, like this, and the coffee has a shadow that goes like that, like that, like that. So make sure that all the shadows in the image go the same way, right? This is what a mock-up is all about the right adjustment of shadows, colors, make it look realistic. This looks cool. I feel like this board at the bottom just needs a little bit of texture, otherwise it looks really cool. Nice. The drop shadow is a little intense here. I would just leave out the yellow bar completely, I would say. Just keep it this dark blue background like you do in so many other mock-ups, because this yellow does not really do any good here. This is a great mock-up. I think it works totally with all the other ones that you had before. Cool. Again, here the blue could be just a little, you know, warmer, so that it works with the other blues that you have here. Cool. Yeah, and I would not call it personal brand identity. I would call it, you know, just brand identity, because it is one. And I don't think it's a brand identity for you as a designer. Okay, personal brand identity, personal. See, you call them all personal brand identity, but really they're not. Your personal brand identity is this. This is your personal brand identity. All right, let's take a look at South Terra. Although I'm really looking forward to see the bottle designs, but I do want to kind of jump into the case studies a little bit deeper to see your process. Personal brand identity, August. Yeah, again, it's fine that you put your little logo here. You can put it at the bottom, because right now what we want to see is we want to see South Terra, what it's all about. Here, since 2020 is a little dark, I would maybe just pick just a tiny bit lighter color for that, so it's legible. Okay, history. I like that little chapter here. It looks, you know, short enough. I would definitely read it. Everything that one person can imagine, others can make it come true. Okay, sure, why not? Why not placing a little divider here and putting a quote in it? Logo process, logo reduction. I'm just wondering if this logo has to do with the brand. It better does, because if you just put random quotes in between, I don't think that's a good idea. All right, cool. All right, Jyotirmi is saying very strong case study. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Javier is doing a great job. Part is saying damn good job. Yes, totally. And feel free to check out Javier's portfolio. Let me actually send you guys a link so you guys can check it out at the same time, because why not? You can give him a little love, give him a little support. Color selection, typography selection. I think you did a great job kind of customizing and make it real look real interesting. Color variants. I would say color variations. I like the way you didn't just put like circles or squares, but you really put in context the logo and the color, the logo and the color, how the logo will look on different colors that you have, you know, selected for this brand. Yeah, mock-ups are great. I think you're a great designer, honestly. You're doing a great job. Cool. Tons of mock-ups, laundry symbols, very cool. Love it. Cool, official clothing design. This one is a little dark. I would say lighten it up just a little bit so that you can see what is happening here in the background. Except if you're using this image for like a background on a website or something. Yeah, this area is like turned like somebody turned off the lights. It's a little dark. I'm wondering what this is for the same reason. It's a little dark. If you want to show some kind of product, I would definitely, you know, make it pop just a little bit. All right, we have a jacket here. We have a shirt. Okay. Yeah, this is getting a little too dark in here. I feel like I need to turn on the light. But this is cool for, in this case, it's cool to show it in this dark mode because it seems like the zippers are lighting up in the night. So if that's the case, that's cool. But I'm missing a little bit of contrast. I'm missing like white spots, like white, maybe like one t-shirt you can present on white background, one on dark, and so on. But you are doing a good job with the mock-ups. Maybe you can put some of these shirts together on one slide so you don't have only one product per slide, right? Okay. Yeah, I think you did a great job. I think in general your portfolio is really cool. If I was looking for a branding designer, I would definitely consider you. Cool. Foggia, wines, I love the logo. I'm not sure why exactly you turned around the F because it makes it a little bit more difficult to read. But I guess, you know, to make it just a little different. I will maybe play around with the second G. I will maybe mirror the G. Try that, but I guess this is already done. Bebas Neue, Pantone. Okay, I love the colors here. This is getting a little like white over here. So I will maybe, you know, use some kind of like settled color in the background to kind of divide the different things. So here we have the colors, here we have the typefaces. Maybe here you can use a background color. Maybe here you can keep it white again so that it kind of like gives dividers. All right, maybe you can use one of these color tones here to put in the background. Here, behind the typefaces. I think that will look pretty cool. All right. Cool. Yeah. Damn, I wish that you would be able to kind of have a variety of background colors because here you have all brown, here you have all white. I'm wondering if there's a way to kind of switch it up. Brown, white, brown, white, brown, white. So that for me it's exciting to look through. Although you're doing a great job showing the graphics here. I think this is the label for the wines, right? The front side and the back side. And then we have, not sure what this is. Maybe like a sticker and an envelope or a card. Okay, and now you're showing the mock-ups. Pretty cool. I would play around, maybe even like arranging them a little bit more interesting, you know, showing close-ups. Okay, I would not use the same mock-up for this. I think it makes it, you have such a great design. Just find a mock-up that has that gives you a little bit more variety, you know, where you can move the bottles around and, you know, let one be a little bit closer, one a little bit further away. Play with that around a little bit. Don't use the same mock-up. Look, it's kind of, I'm like almost scrolling through. I'm not even looking at it. Okay. Tradición que perdura en el tiempo. Cool. I feel like this image does not really fit to the rest of the mock-ups. Maybe you can find a mock-up where you can reuse the same color, because here we have completely different color tones suddenly. So yeah, same here. yeah, I think here you can work on the mockups. Otherwise, I think your portfolio is pretty strong. I think you can definitely already work with it and attract some cool clients. Cool, Javier. And make sure to not write its personal brand, because it's not a personal brand, it's a brand identity. Okay. Thank you so much, Javier, for submitting. And next up, we have Parth. Parth, good to see you also in the chat, Parth. Jatimir is saying there is like a half diagonal shadow also. Okay, I have not seen that yet. But all right, let's take a look at Parth portfolio. I see a wide range of designs. I see something that, okay, this is a logo folio. This is probably a brand identity. This is probably this is a packaging design. Okay, this is Mother's Day. Okay, what is this? Let's take a look at this. Happy Mother's Day. So this is just a single graphic that you have designed. I'm just wondering, because your portfolio, the whole aim of your portfolio is you're putting so much effort into it, right? So why not create some portfolio pieces that can attract you clients, that can bring you money, right? Because I think this is the purpose that you have with a portfolio, either applying for a job or attracting freelance clients. In this case, I'm not sure where I can use this, right? Because this, I mean, it does look really interesting, although like this little part here seems like it's overlapping, and seems like you've used transparency here. So those little parts I would definitely work on. But why don't you show the use of this? Where can this graphic be used? Can it be used on a card? Can it be used in like an email flyer? Can it be used on a t-shirt? Where can it be used, right? I want to know why you created this graphic and what's the purpose of this graphic, right? So it's a thing that's always very important to show in the portfolio. Here we have some packaging going on. I like this package design. I would go away. I would not use any of these kind of image effects here, because they really take away from the packaging itself. This what's it called again? Yeah, this filter kind of feeling here. Also, I would make the images way wider. So I would extend those in Photoshop, make them wider so that you can see the packaging. And also I would maybe show the packaging from different perspectives, so to make it look like it's a real project. Okay, this is a great mock-up. And again, here we have this filter thing going on. Vignette, I think it's called vignette. And I would not use that in product presentations. The logo, cacao. It's a little difficult to read, just because the typeface is so long and so condensed. Also, I would kind of work on this drop shadow here. It's really intense right now. So I would try to make it look a little bit more open, more clean, leave a little bit more breathing room around it. And also what I'm completely missing here is the description. What is it for? Who is it for? Also, here, this little, at the bottom, you have this like bottom, what's it called? Bottom dash or something like that. So I would remove that. I don't even know why exactly you put it there, because this is not part of the name, right? So I'm not sure why you put it there. And here I see there's a lot of white space here, like space that is not filled with anything. So I would move the logo down just a little bit inside the packaging. Cool, but I think you're on a good way. You should continue doing good work, continue working on your projects. Logo folio. Okay, it's interesting how you were like playing around here. I would maybe just keep it simple and just write logo folio in the typeface that you picked here. I think that would be cool. Logo designs. Okay. There are so many elements here in between where I'm not sure what they're here for, because this line, if you want to create a divider between this and this, make it go to this, like all the way through the side. So just all the way through, and then this discussion forum. Okay, so this is logo 1, logo 2. If you are creating something like this and you need some inspiration, take a look at how other people do it. So I always like to take a look at Anagram Studio. They have some really great logo folios, and here, so they call it 50 logos, right? They call it 50 logos, and that's how they show them. Very minimalistic, very simple, pretty cool. Although I would like to know what they're for, so I think even they could improve some stuff. But yeah, take a look at how others do it. Make it more simple, minimalistic. By the way, Anagram Studio is one of my favorites. So if you want to take a look at their projects, their projects are amazing. They're doing such a great job, creating realistic mock-ups. I'm pretty sure some of those are even images. So, all right, let's go back to Part. I love this logo though. This logo is amazing. I think you did a great job here. Bicycle, cool, yeah. No, I like the background color here a lot. So I think it's better than white. I think it's better than what Anagram Studio is doing. Love the way you're using texture here inside the logo. Pandas versus pandas. Cool. Probe. Yeah. No, I think you're doing a great job kind of giving it a little bit more interesting components like this texture here. So that's cool. Nice. No, I have really not much to say about the logo folio. I would just use a more simple way to kind of showcase it here in the cover image. I would just use a sans serif, honestly, or I would use this typeface but just write it out. Don't get too crazy. Sometimes, the less the better. Otherwise, I think you're on a good way, and you have some information here. You have your LinkedIn profile here linked. Cool. I guess that's good. If you have any Instagram page where you're sharing your work, by the way, your logos could be a good content to share on an Instagram page. If you have that, link that here as well. 2 links are a good amount. Also, I would add some little description, some info about yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you're passionate about, what you would like to work on in the future, and so on. But I think you're on a really good way, and keep on going. Just continue your work and create some amazing projects. All right, and we have Mac. I'm not sure if that's how I pronounce, if that's the right way to pronounce it, but let's take a look at Mac's projects. A little about me info. I like making magazines, catalogs, logos, posters, merch. Okay, let's take a look. Hey guys, today I'd like to show you the latest project I've been working on. It is for a subject of the institute called Corporate Design. Okay, it is the Dominican Football Federation corporate identity. For this project, I did the institution's logo, its variations and applications. Also worked on the branding book where I explained the right uses of the identity. Hope you like it. I think this is a cool intro. Why not talk to the viewer as if they're your friend, just like, hey guys, what's up here? This is what I've been doing. This is the symbol of the logo. Super cool. See, this is the type of animation I was talking about. So this makes definitely a big difference to kind of create animations and make it interesting for you to look at. Branding book. All right. Felipe is saying Julia looks like so serious today. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just tired. That's the reason I look so serious. Paris is saying, oh, that was my first design here. I would not work on that. I would work on that packaging. Cool. Yeah. Javier is saying, hey Julia, thanks for feedback. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful for you. Okay, cool. All right. Branding book. Okay, so this is basically a brand guideline, right? I'm assuming. Applications. Cool. I think it's a great project. I love the way you kind of use this background all over this project and used different overlays to create sections. I think you did a great job here. Editorial. Yeah, I think these mockups look pretty realistic. This almost looks like you took the image yourself. I'll maybe take it on a cleaner surface, maybe just a white surface or a blue surface or a black surface, so it works with all the other mockups that you have. They're all pretty clean. All right, Fedo Football is okay. Yeah, this poster looks pretty cool. It just looks like his legs were cut off because there is no contrast here, and maybe you can place his legs like in the foreground so it doesn't look like he doesn't have no legs. But otherwise, pretty cool. I love the way you kind of use these overlays here, just like to create a transition and create dimensionality. It's really nice. Cool. Thank you, Media Soto and Design. Soto Media and Design. See the way I read it? Media Soto and Design. Cool. Yeah, no, this is cool. I think this is a great project. Let's take a look at this one. Paco Fish redesign. Ooh, I love this cover image that you did here. It's like blurred out just a little bit, and then you show the logo here in the front. Looks really cool. Hi again, guys. Today I'd like to show you this project I recently for a college subject called packaging design. Okay, cool. Yeah, again, I love this animation that you have here going on, and I love the the background illustrations that kind of like go over and translate from one image to the other. So cool. Love the colors. The logo is amazing. Great job. Okay, mock-ups look a little, could be worked on. The background looks a little low resolution, so I'll definitely work on that just a little bit. Make it a little bit more smooth, you know. Right now there are a lot of like transitions happening that take away from the actual packaging, but you did a great job doing this cool animation. And guys, I can only encourage you to do some animations like this because it makes it so much more interesting to look through your portfolio, and it's just, you know, it wakes me up. I'm awake again. I'm ready to go, and it's Friday. How about you guys? Felipe is saying what happened, that happens when you go to parties on Thursday. Yeah, or if you work late, in my case. Cool. Yeah, I like this. And again, there is some resolution problem happening that creates this like dividing parts of the graphic, which I would work on. Not sure why you're showing this on black and white. I would definitely use color here. This can definitely be a cool color splash. But I think it's a great project. If it's just a school project, doing a great job. Okay. No, I think your portfolio is ready to go for some clients. You have some really cool stuff here. Let's take a look at Adobe XD Daily Challenge May 2018. Wow, this is long ago. You should try Adobe XD now. It has changed so much since then. Welcome to my selected works. This is what my life is for. Okay, interesting. Home, portfolio, about, contact. Okay, so you have created a site or... Okay. It looks like this is actually the site and you took a screenshot of it. It will be interesting to know about. I'm a freelance graphic designer from Dominican Republic. So this looks like you have created some wireframe here or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. Welcome to Accelerator. This looks maybe like a landing page wireframe to me because it's pretty, it's like it's left blank. So wondering what this is for. And okay, number 4, portfolio for a freelancer. Okay, I would love to see the prototype. You know, these days you can just record your prototype and place it into your oh, this is it. Okay, cool, perfect. This is what I wanted and I got it. I love the transitions that you did here. I think you did a great job. Very nice. This is cool. This is something I can even, you know, try and implement to my portfolio. Super cool. No, I think your portfolio is ready to go. Just create a couple more projects. I think you're on a good way. With these two last ones, I think they were amazing, especially this Pacofish project that was pretty cool. I think you're in a good way. Maybe give a little bit more info about yourself, what you specialize on. I know you like making magazines, catalogs, logos, posters, and merch, but it doesn't say like what you are, what you identify yourself as. Maybe you can add something like, I am a branding and packaging designer, and I love, in addition to that, I love making magazines, catalogs, logos, posters, and merch. Something like that. And we have a dribble link here, which is also really useful. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I think some of the work that I see here could also be part of your portfolio. Maybe if you put some works together that kind of belong together, like these things, maybe you can even create a whole new project out of that. That would be awesome. Cool. Great job, Mac. I would love to know the full name. That would be awesome. Thank you all for joining today. It was an amazing session. I really enjoyed looking through your portfolios, and I'm going to be back here same time, same place next Friday. I'm going to notify you all on my Instagram though. If you want to submit your portfolio, make sure to follow me on my Instagram page at Julia Maselska. Let me quickly find it for you so you can take a look. So here, this is my profile here, Julia Maselska, and you can just send me a message and send me your portfolio link, and I'm going to review it in the next weeks. I'm doing this every single Friday mostly, and yeah, I can't wait for you guys' submissions. And thanks everyone for tuning in today and for joining me here, hanging out with me, and have a great weekend. Bye bye.